87.9 FM. The Jesuit Hour. Get to know the Jesuits. Discover their spirituality, their history, their ministries. The Jesuit Hour. Anything Jesuit, everything Jesuit. The Jesuit Hour.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear.
Do you long for a good spiritual read? Or for literature that not only feeds the mind, but nourishes the soul as well? Do you want to be inspired, feel positive and hopeful about life? Then read The Windhover, the official magazine of the Jesuits in the Philippines. Written by Jesuits and their lay partners, The Windhover features real stories about the Jesuits and their various ministries. Be inspired. Be blessed. Subscribe to The Windhover. For inquiries, call the Philippine Jesuit Aid Association at telephone numbers 426-6001, locals 4890 or 4892. Once again, Philippine Jesuit Aid Association, telephone numbers 426-6001, locals 4890 or 4892.
Kaibigan, alam mo na ba kung anong dapat gawin upang iwasan at sugpuin ang COVID-19? Iwasang hawakan ang bibig, mata at ilong. Laging maghugas ng kamay gamit ang sabon at tubig sa loob ng 20 segundo. Linisin ang mga bagay na palaging hinahawakan. Kumain ng balanse at masusustansyang pagkain. Matulog ng sapat, huwag magpupuyat. Stay home. Sa wastong pag-iingat, ang virus hindi kakalat. COVID-19, kayang-kaya nating tapusin.
We are now on YouTube. Watch all of our live episodes plus exclusive content in our channel at radyo-katipunan FM. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the bell to get the latest updates. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Jescom Music Ministry, your daily dose of inspiration. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Palalimin ang kamalayan sa mga isyong napapanahon. Makisangkot at makiisa kasama ang simbahang lingkod ng bayan. Ang Socio-Political Apostolate ng Kapisanan ni Jesus. Ito ang Kwentuhang Bayan mula alas 11 ng umaga tuwing Biyernes dito lang sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Dahil naniniwala kami na posible ang isang mas mabuting lipunan at maaari itong simulan sa isang kwentuhan.
Get your daily dose of inspiration through our music. Follow Jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music in YouTube.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Do you sometimes feel confused or lost in the complications and complexities of life? Do you feel drained, listless, or exhausted from the daily burdens and responsibilities? Why not seek our campus ministers on air every Tuesday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon? Listen to our counselors from the Loyola School's Campus Ministry Office as they ground our lives in our faith, in our school's spiritual tradition. Campus Ministers on Air. Be guided, be inspired, be blessed. Listen to our Campus Ministers on Air.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, radyo, sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpa at tama. Buhay atin mista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, katipunan. Radyo, katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, katipunero sugod. Todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, katipunan. Radyo, katipunan.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there. Hello everyone! Good afternoon! It's your midweek gang who's always ready to hang, coming at you live through radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. I'm Max.
And I'm Austin, and this is New Wave.
So today, we've got a guest host. So everyone, please welcome Tristan Ahoro. He's a graduate with an AB Communication degree and a BFA Theater Arts degree. So hi Tristan, how are you and how is the graduate life?
I am good. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm just chilling for now. I'm resting because I'm tired from school.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here today. All right. So, for our local find, you saw her talk about cookies. Now you will watch her talk about fashion. Nais Manila, as suggested by their name, started with a want, as nais is a Filipino verb that means to want or aspire for. Aside from being an org-active college student, Sophie Tolentino now aspires to bring her dream comfort and style wear to you through her brand, starting with their launch of an easy all-day and everyday look. So everyone, please welcome back Sophie. Hi, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Thank you for having me again. How's
Good to have
everyone?
you.
Being here again. All right. So let's get to it. Tell us a little more about Nais, especially because it just launched last week, and how you started it.
Okay, so as you know, cueing from the name, naive meaning to want. So I actually have been searching for an outfit or something to wear every day because honestly, I'm very lazy, especially when you're just at home and sometimes you'll have a Zoom meeting and then you'll have to change. Or sometimes I accompany my parents to the grocery or just to do quick errands, so I'll have to change again. So I honestly just wanted to wear one thing for the whole day, like whether or not I'll be seeing people or not. So I looked online for something I wanted and I found this dress, which is basically a one piece, do it yourself. You know, once you wear it, you're ready to go. And that's something I really wanted. So I bought one for myself and then I felt, oh, I feel this could be something that other people want as well. So that is where the brand really started. And that is the story also of our first launch, like our first piece.
Nice. So you told me earlier you had one of these pieces with you on hand. So can you show it to us?
Yes. All right. So as mentioned, it's a dress. So as of now, we have two colors. So the first one I'll be showing you would be the color purple. So I don't know if you can see it well, but it has thin straps. And for all the women out there watching, it has a built-in port already with removable pads. So as I mentioned, you know, once you wear it, you're really good to go. And under the skirt, it has its own skirt. It's a skirt, if you will, and it has a well, I would say, yeah, it's cycling shorts, and it even has a pocket. So whenever I wear it, like I really just put my phone in there, and I'm good to go. Especially if, just a quick errand, or if I just need to talk to someone on Zoom, I don't really need to changed that much. So this is the dress in purple. And we actually have two sizes right now, so small and medium. But of course, we're still hoping to expand really soon. And the other color that we have for this dress would be black. So something very staple, which is an all black, and also something very fun and very feminine, which would be our purple color.
Wow, that actually sounds really cool. I think I remember my sister would often tell me about like when they wear stuff they don't have pockets, and it's really nice that you guys have that, and you even like account for the fact that there are people who are lazy and like you just want to put on this one thing and it's good for everything. So it's really cool that you have that. And I was wondering if you had any more products that you're planning to give us in the near future that we can look out for aside from what you just mentioned.
For me, the reason why also I decided to name this very vague, nice, just the one, because I want to give what not only I want to see in fashion or in clothes, but also what my future clients or the people who will be supporting me want as well. So I'm not limiting the brand to, let's say, activewear, because technically this dress is activewear because it's actually made of nylon and spandex. So it's really for yoga, that type of exercise. But I'm not limiting the brand, which is why it's called Nai. So in the future, I'm personally looking into more homey clothes that can be used outside, because that's really my vibe. I really want to just wear one thing and be able to go out as well. So I'm actually looking into more since this is nylon and spandex, I've been looking into linen for another fabric as well. So those are generally what you can expect for the brand. So it's really what I want to wear and what everyone would like to wear, as long as they let me know, and I'll find a way to bring it to everyone. Because it's really, as my tagline is for the brand, it's really my dream, comfort, and style. That's really just what I want to bring.
That's nice. I was actually wondering about what you said about adding linen, and what would you say is like the difference between, those different fabrics, and like, are they used for certain type of like occasions and stuff? Yeah.
Personally for me, the linen fabric would be more quote unquote formal or more dressy for outside. Like, yes, you can use it as a breathable fabric while you're at home, but then you can't really, not as you can't do much, but compared to the nylon and spandex, I can literally use this to exercise as well. And just like, I've actually used it, I guess, to explain like a day in the life, kind of like if you're interested. But once I wake up and I get ready for my day, if I have usually in the morning, that's usually my time where I could exercise. So once I'm in the dress, it's like good to go. Or after that, that's when I'll have, if ever, a Zoom meeting. So I'm still in the dress and I can still be good to go. And if ever, it's really just, you can do anything with it. However, if I start using linen or other fabrics, that's when the purpose will sort of be limited as well, which is why I wanted to start also with this nylon and spandex dress to really address all the concerns or all the needs of your everyday, like, quarantine life, especially those who would like to really be more comfortable at home without needing to without needing extra cost, if you will.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like something I could definitely use. So even maybe you can plan some menswear in the future. I don't know, but definitely,
yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
especially
buy
if you want to be productive in your room, and when you're kind of rushing, you don't always have time to change. So good job. So where can we find you? The store.
All right. So thank you for that suggestion. I'll really look into it. Like, we just launched last week, so I'm really taking all the feedback that I can get to hopefully expand and improve as well. But for now, you can find us on Instagram. So it's really at nais.manila, as in MNL. So it's nais, the one, NAIS.MNL. So there. And yeah, I hope as of now, actually, we're having a giveaway for our launch. So for everyone watching, check out our Instagram, and maybe, if you'd like to participate in the giveaway, the prize would be one Camila. We call the dress Camila. So one Camila dress of your choice. And
Nice. Alrighty. Well, you know the drill. Please leave your social media links on the comment section of the Facebook Live so that everyone can join your giveaway. And of course, check out your dresses. Like, when you said, oh, this dress, it has pockets, I was like, dress, pockets, same sentence. You know it's going to be good. Plus, like
All
Tristan said,
right.
it's nice when you're dressed up. It kind of helps you boost yourself
Yes.
to be a little more productive, right? So, like, I'm excited to see your brand expand. So, thank you so much, Sophie, for joining us today. We look forward to
Right.
where Nice is going to go and we wish you luck.
Okay. Thank you again for having me. I'll be sure to drop our links down in the comment section.
Yo,
Thank
guys,
you.
be sure to check that out. Yeah, it actually really is interesting what Sophie's doing. I remember my sister was always telling me about, yes, like that thing about like how girls, they always have to wear these things and sometimes it sacrifices a bit of function. So it's really nice how Sophie's kind of bridging the gap and being able to say this looks nice, it's easy to put on, and of course like you can still put in stuff, which is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, the fact that it's kind of like an athleisure dress, like it's something that you can move around in, and then it has shorts pa, so it's like an added layer of protection and comfort. It's a really good idea, especially now. I mean, now you kind of like don't want to bring too many things with you because one added thing is another thing to disinfect once you get home. So the fact that it has a pocket that you can put your phone, and then with contact tracing now it always has to be easily accessible. Like, it's a very good idea. So I'm definitely going to be checking the profile out later. All right. Well, I know you two want a men's version of that because like we can't really talk about dresses for another 5 minutes. So
That is
anyway,
true.
without further ado, let's introduce our guests. So first, Miss Thysz Estrada is a freelance creative director and writer based in Manila. A proud transgender woman, she was named a Pantai Equality Ambassador who champions LGBTQIA plus rights and representation in media. So everyone, please welcome Miss Thysz.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, good
Hi.
afternoon, Radio
Hello.
Katipunan. Maxine,
Afternoon.
Habijan, and Tristan. Hello, my name's Thysz. Tita Thysz ng internet.
All right, Tita Thais. And our next speaker for today is Miss Trans Global 2020, Miss Mela Habijan. Mela is a writer, actress, and content creator. She has appeared on GMA shows such as Asawa Ko, Karibal Ko, and Magpakailanman, and also hosts her own show called Threesome, which you can stream on YouTube, Kumu, and Facebook. Hi again.
Hi! Hello! Magandang hapon, Radyo Katipunan, Maxine, Tristan, Austin, and of course, to Tita Thysz herself. I am the Mars to Tita Thysz. So I can be your Ninang. Ninang
Yes.
Mela. Good afternoon. It's so nice to be here. One big fight, everyone.
It
Yes,
is.
good afternoon. Welcome back to Ateneo.
I know. I'm your neighbor, guys. Yes.
all
We
right.
are all Katipuneras
Yeah,
in
so
the
we're all
next room.
we're all from we're all from Katipunan here.
Right.
All right. So before we start, how are you both and what have you been up to this quarantine?
Can I go first?
Yes, please.
Well, apart from so many speaking engagements for our advocacies, Mela and I share, of course, advocacies in LGBTQIA+, representation, rights. Apart from that, I've been so into personal mobility. So I bought myself a bike early into the quarantine. Actually, just started last year. And now I have 3 bikes.
Oh,
Wow.
that's nice.
I
Where do
love
you
it
usually
so
bike?
much. So I live near BGC. So it's an easy bike around. It's a very safe place to bike around. But I just recently went around C6 to the south. And I hope I could visit my Mars Mela in Marikina while riding a bike. So that's my goal, to go farther and farther on my bikes.
Seems
Oh,
like
we'll
you're
wait
making
for that
progress.
reunion. Ms. Melo, what have you been up to this quarantine? Or for the past few weeks at least?
I am waiting for my Mars Thysz to actually come over using her bike. No, but really, as my Mars Thighs has mentioned, we have been busy accommodating requests for us to actually amplify our causes for the LGBTQ plus community. And as advocates, it means so much that our voices are heard right now. More importantly, I am now about to relinquish my crown in a month's time as your Miss Trans Global. It has been a wonderful 11-month ride, being your first ever Miss Trans Global and stepping into the shoes of a queen, which I've always dreamt of. I am trying my best, and I've tried my best to just simply open up the conversations about trans rights, about trans inclusion, recognition of the LGBTQ plus community. And I guess I am just so proud with the 11 months that I have been in as Miss Trans Global. It's sad that it will be ending soon, but I know that the journey towards being an advocate and an activist and as a representative of the trans community will never end. It will always stay inside my heart.
Amazing. All right. So, first, we want to ask you about We the Youth Vote. So, for the sake of our viewers, can we ask you how it was formed and how it started?
Melody, you want
Okay.
to start?
Everyone
Okay.
froze.
Okay.
All right.
We the Youth Vote is actually a community of millennials and Gen Z people who simply wants to encourage fellow Gen Z and millennials to exercise our power to vote this 2022. We are coming from different facets of life, from different fields. Some of us are into the entertainment industry. Some of us are leaders of multinational companies. Some of us are students. Some of us are just are in or outside the Philippines rather. So we have formed ourselves so that we can strengthen the power of the youth this coming 2022. So it means a lot to us that we are seeing so many Gen Z, more importantly, finding importance into being present at the May 9, 2022 polls.
That sounds amazing. And I really like this commitment to really enlightening the youth to try to join us in this vote. And I can imagine like with the pandemic, a lot of that probably has gotten in the way of like getting the youth to be determined to vote. And I was wondering, how have your operations been like during this pandemic?
Okay, I'll answer. Thank you, Austin. That's a wonderful question because people have been asking. So how have We the Youth Vote asserted its goals to really encourage the youth? As you would know, there is the goal is to get 40 million new voters, and the youth is a huge part of that bulk of new voters that we can enjoin to participate in the democratic process of electing our leaders. So We the Youth Vote has 4 approaches to do so. So one is to use social media heavily as its main asset to basically carry its goal and its mission. Because of course, Gen Zs and millennials are our audiences, and we're all on social media. Next would be to use celebrities and influencers to, they have an audience. Some of them have like millions upon millions of followers, and we tried our best to make sure that we enjoin these celebrities and influencers to use that audience to carry the mission and the goals of We the Youth Vote. And of course, it doesn't stop online. We do have grassroots engagement. We partner with local youth organizations in different parts of the country. And also, we have an ongoing partnership with PETA Theater. They organize educational theater programs, and they're specific to voter education. So imagine how amazing it would be to have like 200 college students watch a play or a musical online as handled by PETA, and then the message is for voter education and exercising that right to vote. The last one would be engagement with COMELEC itself, the Commission of Elections. We are engaged with COMELEC, how they handle this coming elections, what are their goals and plans. And there's a consistent voter education program from the COMELEC. So it wasn't hard to deal with them. And they're very thankful that a citizen arm like We the Youth Vote has started to help for voter education. It's a non-partisan group, by the way. So we are encouraged instead, of course, we all have our political ideologies, who we believe in, leaders we want to vote for. But We the Youth Vote is more on voter education and being a responsible voter, because we need to do that first, right? How can we vote if we are not registered? So we need that 40 million in.
Definitely. First of all, I'd like to thank We the Youth Vote, Ms. Thysz, Ms. Mela, for being in this initiative and doing all of this to encourage the youth. So my question is, how would you both encourage the youth to vote? Because I think many queer kids out there, many kids like straight or queer out there, may think or feel like they or their voices don't matter, and this may discourage them from fighting for themselves and what they want. So, do you have any advice to the youth?
Go, Mars.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, always know that whatever we are experiencing right now is a huge product of the political decisions that our leaders have made. So imagine your current situation. Have your parents been vaccinated? Why or why not? Do you still want this online setup of education to happen in the next 2 years? Why or why not? If you are like Tristan, who just graduated from college, are you worried about the career that you want to be in? Why or why not? Because these are the crucial questions that you have to answer. I'd like to believe that we are in a situation that all the decisions, political decisions, economic repercussions, and social issues are affecting everyone. That is why it's a must for us to see that every single vote that will happen in 2022 will be defining what kind of future we want to be in after the elections. This is a product of 2016. This is a product of 2019. What type of Philippines do you want to experience after 2022? If you want 2022 onwards that is filled with hope, go out and vote.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes,
I want to vote now.
Yes, and I was remembering what you said, Miss Thais, that for one of the first things we had to do was that we had to register. And I was thinking that a lot of our listeners out there, even a lot of people in Gen Z, don't know or have a problem with how to register. And what would be your advice, and what would be the first step we need to take to register?
Oh my God, it's so easy. Guys, it's harder to order food online than registering to vote. I swear. Okay, so I think it just really boils down to, like, how Mela said it. People can wait and say, oh, okay, it's still a month to go. I'll wait. This sense of urgency is weird because, this is something that would impact your next 6 years. And if people are thinking, why should I do it? Well, what's in it for me? What's in it for you is the next 6 years, and the life that you will live in those 6 years. So imagine how easy it would be. You just go to iRegistro. How show it. iregistro.comelec.gov.ph. So share that on the chat. Yeah. So this link is the main link where you can download the form and then print it out, have an ID available. And then once the form is ready and your ID is available, photocopies of this form and this ID as well. The ID just has to show that you live in a certain place that you want to register in. And then you go to the Comelec office where you want to get registered. Once you're there during office hours, your biometrics will be taken, just like what you're doing when you get your passport, renew a passport. Literally just your face and then your fingerprint, and then you're done. As in, like, would you believe it? I told you guys, it feels daunting because it's such an adult thing to do. I think that's one thing, because I have a brother who's 21 years old, and I told him, what's stopping you from going to Comelec and doing this and that? It's like, it's such a grown-up thing. I'm like, you're a grown-up.
It's adulting.
Welcome to grown-up things. And when he finally did, he was so proud. He felt like he finally is now, his voice is counted. And maybe if there's somebody here still waiting for the chance to vote and won't believe me how easy it is, just check the hashtags or posts from We the Youth Vote. We usually retweet or repost stories of registration, how easy it is, and how proud they were after they got registered. So I don't know if that isn't enough to inspire you to go out and register. I think the next thing that should inspire you is your life in the next 6 years. Imagine the ability to get to decide that. So yeah.
Thank you for that, Tita Thysz. That's actually really nice to get these instructions from you, because I feel like a lot of people do have that. Either maybe it is an adult thing and we are too young, or we get these we see these oh, you have to vote and all these things, and it gets intimidating. But you saying it now, it actually seems like such an easy process, and yeah, I'm happy that. Thank you for sharing that with us, so our listeners can actually go in and vote.
Yes, I'm glad that a lot of those things were cleared up. And I think if you look at We the Youth Vote site, they also consolidate a lot of the links and a lot of the information. So it avoids a lot of confusion, because I think like at the beginning of the pandemic, especially, people were a bit confused as to where to go, what websites to check, what links to visit, what you need to bring. Like, I've had friends turned away from certain offices because they printed something wrong or they brought the wrong type of form. So it's really helpful that we see everything we need in simple lists, especially like now we have social media. So it's nice to have these nice publications so that we kind of know what's up and what's going on. And I'm sorry, my earpiece is cutting off. So that being said,
I just need to add, if you are somebody who's visual, I would like to invite you to click on magparehistroka.com. It tells a story of someone who wants to register in comics form. Mm-hmm. And in such a funny way that when I tried to do it, I was like, oh my God, it's like a journey. It's like a game. And you ask certain questions, yes or no, and it will lead you what to do and which forms to fill out. It's an interactive way of trying to register, get those forms out, print them, and make sure you remember what you need to bring when you're about to register. So that's magparehistroka.com.
That's cute. So James, maybe we can put these links in the comment section for those watching. Now, with all of this, and with September fast approaching, what initiatives should we be watching out for? And for members of the youth who would like to be a part of We the Youth Vote or have plans or want to join the organization, what can they do?
Well, you can reach out to us online. Our chat boxes are always available to you. Feel free to message us. In fact, 2 months ago, that's how Binibining Pilipinas International 2019 became a part of We the Youth Vote. Attorney Patch Magtanong, reached out to us by messaging us on Instagram, saying that she wants to volunteer and be a part of We the Youth Vote. So you can just simply message us, send us a DM. I know that you, Gen Z, are experts of sliding in DMs.
Oh, wow.
Am I not correct?
Justin, you can unmute if you want, you know.
Okay, it's okay.
Do you slide to somebody else's DMs, Tristan?
Sometimes.
There's nothing wrong about that. If you want to communicate with anyone, just do it. Okay,
Yeah.
have the courage to do so. So that's what you can do. Slide us a DM and tell us that you want to be a part of We the Youth Vote, because the intention isn't just in encouraging Gen Z and millennials to register. It actually goes beyond that. After September, we are looking forward to more active empowerment sessions for voters so that we can all be prepared before May 9, 2022 happens. It's very important for us to just simply be present and be included in the conversation so that we can actually assess which people deserve to be in the seats by the time 2022 happens. That's how we are able to encourage everyone to simply not just participate, but actually assess, discern, and be able to see if their core values match with the potential leaders that we are actually rooting for.
Yes, nice. So did I hear that right? There are things planned for even after voters registration closes.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more? Or are we not allowed to give spoilers?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, that's good.
The plan is to actually hold on discussions. Still, it will be online because of the threats of the Delta and now the Lambda variants of COVID. But I'd like to believe that there are spaces online in which we can simply gather together. Look at us. We may not be facing each other in one specific venue, but we are doing this session online. And this is really empowering for us to simply discuss this noble cause that allows us to become Filipinos, responsible Filipinos. We can do it. So there will be online sessions, online discussions. The target is just to simply reach out to as many Gen Z and millennials as possible all around the Philippines. Okay? And I repeat, this is not just a Manila-centric type of elections, but this is an elections that will be affecting and will be including Filipinos from Apari down to Sulu, and even internationally based Filipinos.
Yes, that's right. Tita Thysz, you were saying something.
It's so interesting. Mela said something about being at the national effort, no? Because our partner, so We the Youth Vote, is partnered with one Beta Theater, and then there's a new partner. Not sure if I'm allowed to discuss it yet, but there's a new partner that we're taking these conversations in schools. But from my experience with Beta Theater, what happens is they engage students from different universities in the Philippines, and they ask us, Mela and I have been in online gatherings with these schools. So there was one time I was invited to the virtual session with Western Mindanao State University based in Zamboanga. And imagine it's one of the most attended sessions for Beta Theater X We the Youth Vote. I talked to almost 200 students during that time, and imagine how the kind of impact it would give for someone to tell them, reassure them that what they're doing or what they're about to do to register has will get them results. It will impact the lives that they will lead in the next 6 months. And it was just so interesting to help them understand their role in nation building. A lot of them think that, well, because they're really young, they can't do anything. I keep on telling them, reassuring them, because there's a Q&A portion. So like kids like 18 years old, 19 are worried, this is the kind of future I want for the Philippines. Is this something we can achieve, etc.? And I'm like, you and your classmates, your co-students in your university, 180 of you right now in the room, can make that change when you decide to be part of this one whole group of youth. Imagine 40 million strong. And that's why the message is hashtag mas marami tayo. Because we want the youth to really feel that there's something that they can bring to the table. There's an impact to what they're about to do.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's an exciting next few months. I'm booked for many days of discussions with many different schools. Sometimes I go from Mindoro at 2 p.m. and then by 5 p.m. I'm in a different province. So it's amazing. I get to travel virtually around the Philippines, talking about voters' education. We're gonna shift definitely the messaging to voters, to actually voting. The things that you need to remember when you actually vote, and the things that you remember when you discern, assess the candidates that are running. Because I think the deadline for them to run or to register to file their certificates of candidacy is in October. So until then, that's the only time we will know who's running, who's not. So after that, there will be a different strategy again for the youth. But I guess that's just it. For as long as we've already, educated you guys on how to really harness that power, it would be easy to tell you what to look for in a future leader.
Yes, and I think the reminding... Oh, sorry, Tristan, you
I
first.
just like to comment on that na parang, I think yun nga yung kulang for the youth na kailangan natin ng encouragement. Na masabihan kami na there is something that we can do and this is it. We can vote together. So that's something I definitely needed to hear as well. I registered na rin, but yes.
Yay! When did you register, Tristan?
I think pre-pandemic pa kasi there was registration in school. So I super appreciated Ateneo for doing that.
Yay! How about you, Austin and Maxine?
My appointment was canceled because of the upcoming lockdown.
I see.
No.
But
Yeah,
be
but hopefully
patient.
after.
Okay, be patient. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was actually able to register already.
Yay!
In Bohol, yeah.
In Bohol?
Yeah, because that's like my home province. So we usually do that. Yeah.
You're Boholano. And you know what?
Yes.
Tita Thysz mentioned that she was actually at the PETA with the Youth Vote event as a West Mindanao?
Mindanao, yeah.
Western Mindanao State University. Tita Thysz is Mindanaoan.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing that she's able to talk to people who are actually part of the place where she is from.
Yes, absolutely. It was an amazing, way to get in touch with my home, home island of Mindanao. I was born in Bukidnon, but studied here in Manila. But it was an amazing thing to hear how hopeful the kids are there. I keep on telling them that if we think that no one, di tayo pinapansin growing up, and it's all about Manila, NCR. Time to, to really stand up and choose these leaders who can bring Mindanao issues to the forefront. So, yeah, I guess I hope I've inspired them to be that. And then, yeah, it's just interesting to hear them have a different perspective of in life, in politics, other than kids from here in NCR.
Yes, that's right. And I think that's also something very important that we, the youth vote, does. It elevates a lot of voices, and as you said, from everywhere. And I think what is also very important for people our age to hear is that every person and every voice matters. Because like I think some people think like, oh, I am just one out of the millions of people who are going to vote or who are going to participate in this. So why does that matter when I'm just one out of the many? But it does, because a lot of these individuals working together, united, that's really what brings about the change. So I'm enjoying hearing your stories about traveling from just your seat from in front of the computer screen. That's really all we can do now. That's really all we can do nowadays. But I just want to know, since we've been talking about how you've been having these events for like different schools in different parts of the Philippines, and then the organization has like online campaigns and things. Let's entice some of the students a bit more. What have been the more or the most memorable campaigns or We the Youth Vote events for both of you that everyone can be a part of?
Oh, let's
Anyone
talk
can
about
start.
enthizing. Tita Thysz as the enthizer.
Entice everyone. Let's go.
Entice everyone. So We the Youth Vote had a huge online concert last year. It's really one of my favorite things that I did for We the Youth Vote. We hosted oh my God, how long was that, Mela? It's like 3 hours
3
long.
hours.
3 hours long. It was like just jam-packed with different musicians, artists sharing their messages. And it was also a fundraiser, right? That was also a fundraiser because we were experiencing storms around that time. But yeah, that was one memorable thing because it brought together so many of us volunteers who have known each other only online. And we are finally in one digital space. We're together, and this is a huge group. There's like a message group that your biggest influencers are in one message group. Just imagine being a part of that group, and it's one rowdy message group. So, but then getting to know them, who they are as they are, and then talk about their advocacies. It's amazing for me to know. These are people I interact with only in likes and in hashtags and reposts on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. It's really amazing for me to get to know them in a different way, especially in terms of their advocacies. So that's my favorite part, I guess.
Nice. So I hope people are feeling more enthused. Miss Mela, it's your turn.
Well, on my end, it is actually interacting with students like you, because you are our target market. You are the people whom we want to get involved in the 2022 elections. And I'm so privileged to have spoken before students of different universities across the Philippines. And I guess the most inspiring thing that I've received so far is when people say one, thank you, more so when they send me their photos that they have registered. Even just one person who registered from that specific school sent me a photo saying, Ate Mela, thank you, because I'm now a registered voter. That says a lot about the huge impact of We the Youth Vote as a community. We're not even an organization. We don't want to consider ourselves an organization. We are a community of just merely dreaming of a Philippines that could actually empower young individuals like you to get involved, because you yourselves are citizens of this country, and your vote is crucial towards nation building. Always remember that.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so Tristan and my audio is getting cut again, but Tristan and Austin have registered already. So wait for my picture for when I'm registered.
Please.
Yes, I
We
will
will
make
be
sure.
excited, Maxine. So hopefully after the ECQ, it will become GCQ again, and then you'll have your time to shine. do send us your photo sa amin dalawa ni Tita Thysz at sasabihin namin sa We the Youth Vote. Oh, Maxine Cruz from Ateneo registered.
One more.
One down.
One down, 39.9 million to go.
Almost
there.
there.
There's a huge. I think the data's out. Recently, the most recent numbers.
Yes.
I think 4 million.
4 million.
4 million have been added as official voters since just a few months this year. So it's really possible that we can get that huge block of youth as voters. So,
Yeah, there's definitely been some progress. And I think let's look at the queer side naman. And I guess let's take a look and what have been in the last 5 years, especially in the past year alone, what events or anything ano ba nangyari na nag-forward sa atin as a community? Any from like
Mars.
politics or media?
Oh.
What has forwarded?
I've been in the LGBTQIA plus advocacy for a long time. I was part of Metro Manila Pride, organizing the Pride March and celebrations in Metro Manila ever since it started 6 years ago. And huge leaps and bounds. Like, for example, attendance to Pride marches have ballooned from just, we were so happy we had 10,000 attendees, 2016. And the last Pride march that happened, we had 70,000 people in Marikina joining the festivities and the march. So imagine that kind of change or shift in support. Of course, it's not, the reason why we're doing Pride is because we still don't have those rights. So the biggest thing that we needed to really highlight, or Pride is definitely a protest, and it will remain a protest until there's no legal protections for queer people in the Philippines. But we've made progress in that front as well. During the last 5 or so years, at least thrice or 2 times that the anti-discrimination or bill has been passed in the lower house. So it didn't have a breakthrough in the Senate, but we're hoping that queer youth can lead us to voting representatives in the Senate and in the lower house that support the SOGI equality bill so that it finally becomes law. It's been 20 plus years, guys, that the SOGI equality bill has been submitted for Congress to pass, but there's still no legal protections. I always tell this when I do my SOGI talks, that in 1994, we passed the Animal Welfare Act. Imagine your pets and animals have more rights than queer people in the Philippines. If you are somebody who believes that should not be that should not be our reality anymore, then we should be very careful in deciding as queer people who we want as leaders, so that we finally have a law that protects us against discrimination on the basis of SOGI. So that's what I always tell them. Like, if my dog just suddenly gets kicked by somebody, my dog will have more rights than me if I got kicked in the head. So that's why I'm fighting. No person should be treated less. No queer person in the Philippines should be treated less than animals.
Agreed.
Dahil hindi tayo masahol sa hayop.
Woo! Yes. A certain person said that. Person na lang muna siya. Wag na
Yes.
pangalan.
Research na lang sa mga hindi nakakaalala.
Yeah. Who said that? So yeah, so that's how that's there's been progress, but we still need to do more. And
Definitely.
that's why a huge part of the reason why I am part of We the Youth Vote is to ensure that queer protections will be there in the forefront of the conversation when we get to elect leaders. Because I don't want the situation anymore that we're not protected. I owe it to the future children of the queer children of the Philippines.
Yes, it's all right. It's nice. It's really nice to see people of today taking the initiative for a brighter tomorrow. I mean, Rizal himself said, "The youth, future, the youth will lead tomorrow." So now, okay, I know that you have to go because you have an engagement at 6 p.m. So before you go, what do you want to leave our audience with? And I guess one thing I picked up from today also is now more than ever, we really have, we all of us have the need to be brave, especially with the circumstances we're all in right now, with the circumstances we are about to be facing. What's advice you have for the youth of today to be brave in order to face tomorrow? Miss Mela, you can go first.
That is a beautiful question. I feel like I am once again answering a pageant question.
Austin, get the crown.
And I'm up against Mela. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
No, both of us are winners already. Mars
Thank you,
slice.
Mars.
But you know what? Times are uncertain right now. And uncertainty always leads to that feeling of fear. And it's okay to be afraid of the future. But the byproduct of fear can either make us or break us. However, hope that the future will always be bright will allow us to see that better opportunities are about to come, that dreams can come true, and things can improve. And that's where courage comes in. Fear is translated to becoming courage because of hope. And hope will never break us. So let's always side on hope. And one way for us to be able to foster hope is to register and vote.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's amazing piece of advice.
If only Zoom had a crown emoji. I'm sorry, but that would have been the only crown we would have given.
We'll give this crown to Mela.
Thank you so much, Miss Mela. If you need to go, good luck.
Yes.
If you need to go, good luck with the next thing you have. Now we will grill Tita Thysz. You have not
Bye.
yet
Thank you
given
so
your
much.
answer.
One big fight, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Welcome
Bye.
back
Thank you for
to
being on the show,
Ateneo.
Miss Mela.
Bye.
We'd love to have you on again.
Sure. Anytime. I can co-host if you want.
Oh, that would be
Ooh,
fun.
that'd be nice.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There you go. Do I get the same question or?
Yes, same question.
Okay. So my message for to inspire bravery in a future that's really uncertain for the youth. I would like to quote from here's a pledge that the students when we do our We the Youth Vote campaigns online. So there's a part there on the program that the students will write their pledge on a piece of paper and then put it up on the screen. And then they raise their right hand and then they repeat after these words that I tell them. So this is the message. This is the narrative that we want for our youth. So if I may read, this is what they do while they raise their right hand. You are not alone. The desire for change is not the desire of an individual, but the hope of a generation. There is strength in our numbers, and our voice can and will be heard in our vote. Collectively, we can be the change this country needs. And after they say that, there will be loud applause because they feel better about being youth that is able to take a stand, have a voice in this democratic process called the elections. So yeah, it's just a matter of saying you're not alone. We're all in it here for our future.
The High School Musical generation would say we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Right? That was the first thing that came into my head.
True.
Can I forget? We literally are. So, and I think it's the best collective action that we can do. If that's if tomorrow from High School Musical, yeah, we're all truly in this together.
Time to break the status quo.
Nice one.
Nice
Kristen,
one.
go ahead.
Okay. I guess I wanted to ask this earlier, but are there any stigmas on the LGBTQ that you want to how do you say this? Address or get rid of?
Oh, stigma, a lot, of course.
Yeah.
Literally, I always tell Mela and I when we talk, we kind of enjoy a certain privilege because we're professionals in our field already, but we're both trans women. But even so, we find ourselves in places which are not inclusive, which are, there's so much hate against us. The reason being is something I don't even understand. It's just mere existing. And for a lot of queer individuals, it's the same. Just the mere fact that you exist, you are a representative of how diverse human sexuality and gender is. There's a lot of misunderstanding. And because of that misunderstanding and ignorance, there's a lot of hatred. So that kind of stigma is one that we're trying to say, why? Why should there be a fear? If we stand at the same ground of respect, love, and kindness, I think we can get over that stigma or fear. Imagine just fearing the existence of somebody else. I don't know. It's ridiculous, right? You'd fear something that they could actually do. The fear that they have so much power or something, but fear a marginalized sector, and that's the reason why I feel like we have a much bigger responsibility to put forward our voices in terms of this coming elections. So I hope for the queer vote to actually come out.
Yes.
I don't know if it has happened before, but we want to finally, find those candidates who support efforts to protect LGBTQIA individuals. Vote for them, and then bring them to power, and then they defend us in terms of making laws that would protect us from discrimination. So I hope it happens with everyone's help.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, and not
We're all
just
in this
queer
together.
individuals. We can have
Yeah.
allies.
Yes.
Very important because, guys, ang konti lang talaga ng queers. Yun nga lagi sinasabi na, saan ba kayo galing? Di naman kayo nagkakaanak. Eh di sa mga straight na nagkakaanak, di ba? So, if there was anybody who would be the first to help and defend us, it would be our allies. So if you're not queer, at least become an ally. I mean,
Yes.
it's the best you can do, and we want you to become an active ally because you also have the power and the numbers. I always tell them, just imagine yourself becoming a parent of a queer child. Do you want to perpetuate the same things that you've heard? Parents giving their queer children a hard time. I hope not. I hope you can break that cycle in your generation.
There are
For
amens
sure.
in the chat right now.
Amen. Amen.
So there's agreement. So Tita Thysz, thank you. Miss Mela's not here anymore, but thank you to her as well. We will thank you properly. There are just a few people we need to acknowledge first.
Yes.
Austin?
Yes, I'd like to thank James for handling our broadcast, and of course to Sir Justin for always having our backs in our New Wave episodes.
To our audience, thank you once again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you all next time. So please join us on our next episode on August 11, where we will be getting to know Mr. Jimmy Antiporda and Mr. Ito Rapadas of the well-loved band Neo Colors.
Don't miss out. Follow us on Instagram at newwave.rk to stay updated. Catch us on the replay on Radio Katipunan 87.9's FM Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitter Live. All go by at Radio Katipunan.
But most of all, thank you, Tristan, for joining us today. And of course, thank you so much to you, Tita Thysz and Miss Mela, for spending your afternoon with us, for sharing your wisdom with us, and of course, for encouraging people to vote. I'm sure a lot of people now feel a lot braver and are very encouraged to speak up. So we welcome you back to Katipunan, at least for a little bit, and online.
I'm so happy I get invited. Radio Katipunan is something I would just hear from my Ateneo friends. So being from UP, I was like, that's interesting, you know. They have those kinds of. We also had a radio station in UP, a student radio station in UP, DZUP. So I'm so happy to be part of this one. I know your reach is something that could really help us put the word out. So thank you for this platform.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you
so
also for
much.
joining us. Yeah, you gave us actually a lot to talk about and think about to both us and our listeners. So it's amazing, and we'd love to have you back if we can next time. Yes. So once again, this has been your midweek gang who's always ready to hang. I'm Austin.
And I'm Max, and this has been New Wave. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave, surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.